What's up, Film Jammers? This week we're excited to have the brand new, hot off the press, Hollyland Mars 300 Pro Enhanced Edition. The new 300 Pro is an updated version of the Hollyland 300 wireless video transmitter. It's got some pretty nice new features and updates that caught my eye. Whoa. Stick around for a full review and to see it in action if you want to get wirelessly weird. Oh. Wireless video transmitters are getting more affordable every year, and Hollyland is a company that's taking some big strides in the marketplace. The old industry standard wireless transmitter, the Teradek, has been popular for many years, but the Teradek 1000 system that we have is literally $4,000. What's intriguing is that the Mars 300 Pro is just $469, which is actually 1/9 of the cost of the Teradek. Now, I'm not very good at math, but that's at least like 8 times the cost. The Mars 300 Pro is a wireless video transmitter and receiver system that lets you stream video up to 400 feet wirelessly. This lets you view what the camera is seeing from across the set. This is great for Steadicam operators, jib operators, even handheld setups. Cutting wires on set is also a nice thing to do from a safety standpoint. Less stuff to trip on. Now, Hollyland has built on the original Mars 300, which was a great wireless system in its own right, but the Mars 300 Pro Enhanced Edition has some upgrades that make this system a downright contender. And we're going to compare it to our Teradek 1000 system as well to see how it stacks up. But first, let's check out those upgrades. Oh! The Mars 300 Pro Enhanced has 0.08 second latency or lag in its video transmission. The original Mars 300 had 0.1 second latency. This upgraded latency in the newer model makes a huge difference when you're pulling focus or doing action scenes with a lot of movement. Now, when you compare the Mars 300 Pro to the Teradek 1000, which again is a $4,000 system, the Teradek has only 0.001 seconds of latency. So you have to decide how much lag is acceptable to you. For me, the new Mars Pro 300 delivers much better latency than the previous model, and it really does feel like a big upgrade. The other really exciting upgrade that the Mars Pro 300 Enhanced Edition has is the ability to stream to mobile devices using the Hollyland mobile app. So you can transmit to your professional monitor on set using the receiver, but at the same time, you can also stream to iPhones, Android devices, tablets, etc. This is extremely useful if you have multiple departments that need to watch monitor. I've found it especially handy for makeup, wardrobe, and lighting teams to be able to see what's happening on camera. You're able to transmit to one Mars Pro 300 receiver and 2 mobile devices at the same time. Or alternatively, you can also stream to 3 mobile devices and no receivers. The ability to transmit to mobile devices is a feature that's not even on my Teradek 1000. So to me, this is a big selling point of the Mars 300 Pro Enhanced Edition. Compared to the older Mars 300 model, the new 300 Pro model adds an extra 100 feet of wireless transmission distance, so you can go up to 400 feet from transmitter to receiver. In our testing, the Mars 300 Pro really performed best up to 100 feet or less, but it's nice to know you can go up to 400 feet for that giraffe on giraffe content. That's a giraffe. The older model of the Mars 300 was powered through a separate DC power adapter, but the new 300 Pro model you can power with USB-C, which is a nice update in my opinion. It's more compatible with modern power sources, and you also have the option to power it with the integrated Sony battery slots as well. The updated Mars 300 Pro Enhanced also has integrated OLED screens on the side of the device. This lets you see the power status and what channel you're on. I found this really useful compared to the original Mars 300 model, which just had a tiny LED light as a status indicator. This feels like a nice evolution in the upgrade. Now, all these upgrades are great, but the most important thing for a wireless transmitter is how does it actually perform out in the field? I've been using the Hollyland Mars 300 Pro here on a few different shoots this past week, and one of the things I've noticed that I really liked is its small size. It's compact and lightweight, especially compared to my older Teradek system. So for smaller setups, it's really ideal. It's worked pretty well for me so far. I haven't had any major hiccups. You just plug it in, turn it on, and it works right out of the gate each time I've powered it up. Okay, next we're gonna take the Mars 300 Pro outside so you can see some setups with it and to see how it performs out in the field. We're gonna mount our Teradek 1000 as well as the Hollyland 300 Mars Pro onto the camera and the receivers onto the monitors. So we're gonna be able to compare them side by side in real time. So is the industry standard Teradek worth 9 times the price of the Hollyland? Or is a reckoning a-coming? Okay, so to compare the Teradek, which is the industry standard wireless transmitter, to the Hollyland 300 Mars Pro, we've got them both set up on our C300 here. Dylan, come grab the camera, be a good fellow, and go film a tree. Don't trip now. And he's about, I'd say, 100 feet away right now. Not much of a difference there on the latency. It's actually pretty good on the Mars. Maybe a slight hair behind the Teradek, but not much. They're both kind of stuttering a little bit right now. You know, at this distance, you're gonna have a little bit of a dropouts like that. We're at a closer range, we're about 50 feet right now. So you can see very little difference in latency there. So there you can notice a little more on the quicker pan. One of my favorite features about the Mars 300 Pro Enhanced is you can not only go to your monitor through the receiver, but also to the iOS or Android app. So what's also really cool on the app is you have all of these options for waveform monitor, histogram, focus assist, zebra. I got them all on there now. Frame guides, magnify, false color, monocolor, and your LUTs. Ooh, it's like a Michael Bay LUT. So a lot of options when you're monitoring to adjust your image, and I like that. Looks like I have a king's crown. Look at that. Okay, quickly, I wanna go over the build of the Mars 300 Pro Enhanced. Now, the difference between the Enhanced Edition and the Mars Pro 300 Standard Edition is you get the optional external antennas, which to me was worth the extra $30. These are to use in areas where you have a lot of wireless interference. The Mars 300 Pro has integrated OLED screens on the transmitter and receiver. Very nice feature. You have multiple options for mounting, both a 1/4-20 screw on the bottom of the transmitter and receiver, and you also have an integrated mounting bracket that lets you mount it horizontally. For example, if you want to go to a cold shoe or a hot shoe on top of a camera. You have integrated USB-C inputs for powering and for updating both units. You have standard Sony NP-F battery mounts integrated to the receiver and the transmitter. This is how we've been powering ours, and they last about 4 hours per battery, which is pretty nice. It's not too power hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for power. HDMI ports. The transmitter has 1 input and 1 output, and the receiver gets 2 HDMI full-size outputs. This is a pretty big plus to me, as a lot of wireless systems in this price range only have 1 output on the receiver. So the 2 outputs is a big oh yeah. Okay, so overall, what's our take on the Mars 300 Pro Enhanced wireless system? To me, it's probably the best entry-level wireless transmitter setup. You get a dedicated transmitter and receiver, and the ability to stream to up to 2 mobile devices simultaneously. This makes it great for client jobs or films where you need to have multiple departments seeing what's on camera. For $469, I think it's priced a lot lower than the other competition that's out there. And with the lower latency in this model, it fixed one of the biggest issues I had with the original 300 model. The small size makes rigging it really easy, and I like having 2 full-size HDMI outputs on the receiver. As far as what I don't like, not much, honestly. I wish maybe it had SDI, but you can get that on other models in the Hollyland lineup, and maybe a little bit better transmission at further distances. But for the price, this unit is pretty hard to beat. So if you're just looking for a really simple, solid, and affordable wireless transmitter setup, this is definitely one I'd recommend adding to your kit. All right, I'm Christian with Film Jams. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share it with your pen pal, write a letter to your congressman.
Say yes to Film Jams 2020. I'm a politician, and Film Jams is the best candidate.
hungry. Give me some power in there, because I'm hungry. Don't use that.